Hi there folks, Malachi here from Leaf and Stem. Today I'm going to be doing my first impression in nearly a month. And this is going to be a special one. This is one that I've been saving for a little while now. So I've already told you guys a couple times, but I just moved to Bloomington, Indiana. A couple months ago I was here at a shop called the Briar and Burley. It's probably the biggest tobacco shop in Indiana. It's a destination for pipe smokers. So I stopped in there. I got my LaRocca bent billiard that I've featured a couple times on the channel. And I got a tin of tobacco to go with it. And I chose Peterson Hyde Park. Honestly, because it was one of the more affordable Peterson blends that they had. And I'm a big fan of this color combination on the tin. And I like Virginias. So I saved it for my new place as a little gift to myself after moving in. And I moved in now, completely settled. My brain's in the right place to test this out and tell you guys what I think of it. So this is going to be Peterson Hyde Park. There we go. Got my pipe tool. See if I can sneak it up under there. And here we go. Ooh, nice vacuum seal in there. Always love popping a new tin. Okay. We have the standard Peterson paper divider on top. It's a little bit yellowed, actually, more yellow than the other Peterson blends I've opened so far. I love the retainer card that comes in this here tobacco motif. I think it's a really beautiful little piece of art, and it's just a cool compliment. It's nice to have the retainer, obviously, so you don't have loose tobacco flying all over the place, and it keeps it packed. And I imagine it keeps it a little bit fresher, you know. Tin's doing all the work, but this can't hurt for freshness. And here we go. We're into it, and it seems to be mold free. So that was my biggest concern, was that I would crack this open and be disappointed with surface full of mold. So far it looks good on top. Seems to be a nice uniform ribbon cut. And as far as smell goes, there's a little bit of a sourness, but mostly I'm getting big Virginia on the nose. It reminds me of my grandma's cigarette tobacco from being a kid. She'd get big bags of that gambler tobacco and I'd roll her cigarettes for her, and this is what that reminds me of from the nose. So, as I said, pretty uniform ribbon cut. Gonna take a chunk out. It's very well compressed, so I imagine it's going to be pretty fluffy for some old tobacco. The moisture level is maybe a little more moist than I would like. If you can see, ideally, when you press it like this, you want it to unravel pretty quickly, in like a second or two. You don't want to hear any really, a little bit of crunch is sometimes good, just like a little bit of dryness, but it's not something that you're really looking for. In this, it's very moist, it seems. Not as moist as some blends that I've had, like some aromatics, but a little more moist than I would typically smoke right out of the tin. But I'm going to, just for the sake of this video, and then I'll give it a little bit of drying time and give it a true taste that way. So I've got my beautiful Savinelli 320 in the Dolomiti finish. Wonderful gift from my girlfriend. A birthday gift. I've enjoyed this pipe a whole lot since I've got it. As I said, I haven't smoked in maybe 3 weeks now. So there was a 2-week period between my birthday and getting this pipe that I was smoking pretty consistently, pretty much daily. And this thing was responsible for over half of those smokes. I just couldn't keep my hands off of it. I would smoke it, and then I'd rotate, and then I would pick it back up. Couldn't keep my hands off of it. I love this pipe. Love the big chamber. I love the way it feels in the hand, the way it fills out my hand. It's just a great pipe. So hopefully it does this tobacco justice. I am going to just sort of gravity fill it. I find that works best for this big bowl. If I go to overstuff it, I sometimes have troubles getting it lit. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a gravity fill. Pat it down in there with my finger. And I'm not going to do any 3-pinch method or swirl method or anything special. Literally just going to fill it, pack it down to the rim, and fill it again. Give it a little bit of a pack. That should be about good. Right there. Firm it up with my thumb a little bit. And let's see if we're prepared. I believe I have the adapter in here. Yes, so I'm not going to need a filter right now. I'm going to try this first unfiltered to see if I can get the full range of flavor out of it. So let's see what we're working with. Should have my Zippo in my pocket. I do. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. Another thing I like about this pipe is being able to see down into the bowl, so I can actually keep an eye on my ember. So, got the top charred. Gonna go for true light now. Okay. So, right off the bat, burly. Burly, burly, burly. I was expecting for this to be Virginia forward. I don't know why I was expecting that. I don't know the ratios, but I taste a strong burly bitterness. The thing it reminds me most of, funnily enough, is Haunted Bookshop. That's how much burly I'm getting up off of this. But it's a smooth bitterness, a smooth burly flavor. It's not like astringent or offensive the way that the Haunted Bookshop was when I had it fresh. It's very well rounded. The Virginias are peeking through a little bit. I am getting those bread notes. I'm not getting a lot of the sweetness that I would expect from a Virginia, but I am definitely getting a lot of maltiness, a lot of breadiness. A lot of the flavor is burley dominant. I'm not getting the big, well-aged Virginia kick that I was expecting from this. Like I said, it is a little more burly than Virginia, I think, as far as the flavor profile goes. But it is still a very pleasant tobacco. No, I would like to try this fresh at some point, have a point of reference, because like I said, I've never had Hyde Park before. But with this proportion of burley, I don't actually expect it to be that much different. Um, so I can't say what this has gained or lost from the aging process, but I can say that um, it's very smooth, very smokable right now. Maybe if it was younger, the burley would be a little sharp, a little aggressive, and that might be a little off-putting to me as a newer smoker. But the way it is, I really enjoy this. And I can tell you what I think um, right now upon first lighting. But this bowl it might taste completely different by the time I get halfway down, or 3/4 of the way down. I might have a bowl tomorrow, and it might taste completely different from this bowl. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to give this tobacco a little more time, and then I'll come back to you guys with a more detailed um, review. But for the time being, as I said, the big burley flavor, nice smooth burley flavor. This is only my second Peterson tobacco that I tried, despite owning all of those that I showcased in the one video, and it's meeting expectations as far as Peterson goes. I think it's definitely on par with 965 as far as quality of tobacco goes. It's a nice smokable cut, very easy to pack, um, very easy to light, and I'm sure once I give it a little bit of drying time, it'll be even more so easy to light. So, I'm gonna give it a bit of a rating. I think right now, quarter of the way through this first bowl, not even a quarter. I'm gonna go ahead and say 7.9 out of 10. It's not bad, pretty good. I would smoke this over a couple of my tobaccos, but I would choose a couple over this. So I'd say it's right there in the middle ground. And so I'd put this as something that I enjoy. Probably wouldn't go out of my way for it, but it's a nice tobacco. So that was my first impression of Peterson's Hyde Park. Nice little tobacco, nice tin. Definitely worth the money that I paid for it. And I think I'll call it there. So thank you guys for stopping in. Shout out to all the people who have been commenting regularly. I appreciate all of you guys. It's really nice to see you guys when you come around. That means a lot to me. It means a lot to you guys who are checking in, or spending that time with me. I would like to reciprocate and watch a good amount of all of your videos and make those responses, and share that bit of community. And I will try to do my best to do that once I can set the time aside. So thank you all for being consistent with me, for being here in the channel. Any new people, I hope you enjoy what you're watching. Feel free to check out any of my older videos. It's a lot of the same stuff. But for now, I think I'm going to leave you guys with this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.